For Jonathan Safiak, there's nothing particularly remarkable about his classmates, with parents from around the world, belting out some Gaelic verse at St John's Primary School, County Longford, Ireland. Some grown-ups might find this somehow striking. There are even some who might find it noteworthy, but in a bad way.
You use those children to make some point about the denigration of Irish culture.
You need to go off and do some proper journalism.
Not long ago, this journalist turned YouTuber, Gemma Doherty, tweeted out a picture of Jonathan's class. According to her, it illustrated how Irish people are becoming an ethnic minority in their own country. The tweet was picked up by American alt-right bloggers, its message amplified globally. This tiny Longford school found itself in the eye of the culture war storm and put a new disparate network of Irish vloggers and activists in the spotlight. The themes: anti-globalism, anti-immigration, and a new kind of keyboard Irish nativism.
We're restoring our beautiful country to the way it was left to us.
Touch me again, that's assault. That's assault.
The questions: do they reflect public opinion in any meaningful way? And are they lightning rods for broader anti-immigrant sentiment in modern Ireland?
Me?
Is that you?
Yeah.
We start back in Longford with 9-year-old Jonathan Sofia and his family. 15 years ago, his mother, a teacher, and father, an administrator, were drawn to Ireland from Poland because of their love of Irish poetry. Yeats, in particular.
Come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand.
And one mother's reaction to her son's class picture becoming, for a YouTuber, a symbol of cultural dilution.
Because what does that photograph represent to you?
A beautiful local school where Jonathan, my son, is so happy, and where, you know, he belongs to. How can someone use it for their own agenda, their own motives? All of those that when you have a little bit time to think come to your head and make you angry.
Gemma, just very quickly.
We asked Gemma O'Doherty for an interview. She declined. So we caught up with her after a live stream broadcast in Wicklow.
Because we were talking to some of the parents of that class in St John's, and they genuinely feel quite sort of hurt by you using that photograph in the way that you did.
Read this interview, and I'm not talking to you. And it's that it's just your low life. Your channel is degenerate.
Thus began a very long talk to us about journalism and the media.
It's basically the dumbing down of the British people and unfortunately the Irish people.
Gemma Doherty has dabbled in politics, but is most well known for her important investigative work as a journalist a few years ago. She has around 20,000 followers on Facebook, around 13,000 on YouTube. Her broadcasts a mix of, among other things, conspiracy theories, ethno-nationalism, and last week, us. The activist blocked our way out. What followed, a 2019 face-off between live streaming YouTuber and TV journalist, doorstepping each other.
These people are engaging in criminal harassment. This individual here is engaged in criminal harassment.
No, Gemma, sorry, it's only that we're causing a kind of a traffic jam here. So if we reverse back in and you push in a bit, we can let everybody by, will we? Is that little Polish boy, Jonathan, in that picture, is he Irish?
Excuse me.
Is he Irish?
You need
to
go off and do some proper journalism.
I did some proper journalism. 2 days ago, we went down to Longford and we spoke to that class and we spoke to their parents, and I'm asking you, is that little boy Irish? Why would you send out a picture of some children?
Available on the internet.
Not in the context that you use it, though.
In Gemma O'Doherty's live-streamed tour of Longford town, her guide was James Reynolds, co-founder of a tiny nationalist political party, the National Party.
James, I think you and the National Party agree with me.
They, in turn, were involved in demonstrating against a proposal to convert this closed hotel nearby into a direct provision centre to accommodate 80 refugees and migrants.
Why have the government just parachuted people in, pretty much unannounced to the locals, without any consultation?
Back in November, another YouTuber, Ronan Croft, aka Gran Torino, had also highlighted the controversy in the small village of Ruski in a live stream. The Ruski story is complicated. Local people had hoped the hotel would be reopened and help regenerate a village that felt left behind. So, understandably, the prospect of it becoming a migrant centre caused alarm. There is no suggestion that any of the players in our report were involved in what happened next. In January and February this year, 2 suspected arson attacks on the building. At around the same time, a proposed centre in Donegal was attacked and caught on CCTV. So far, there have been no arrests in relation to the suspected arson attacks, and again, no suggestions that any of the YouTubers or National Party members were involved. It's important to emphasise that anti-immigrant sentiment has not managed to gain any real political traction in Ireland, and that the majority of people we spoke to in and around Longford, for example, saw immigration managed properly as an opportunity for the town. But not everyone shared this sentiment.
There's a whole area of Longford where it's just immigrants, you know. There's a lot less houses for people to get, local people to get. There's a lot of everything. They seem to be getting everything, like, you know.
But back in the mini melting pot of St. John's School, the class photo remains a celebration.
Everything that's good about our school, everything that's good about the children that are in our school, how we encourage them every day to achieve to the best that they can. And I suppose it really represents, to me as a person, New Ireland.
Which brings us back to the Sofia family. And the question, what does it actually mean to be Irish? The Sofiaks chose Longford. Longford embraced them. Part of their claim to Irishness runs deeper than you could possibly imagine.
And also because we went through a very personal tragedy. We lost our baby, and we buried our baby here at the local cemetery.
Right.
And there is this quote of a Colombian writer that I really, really love. It goes like, one doesn't belong to any soil unless they have their loved one buried in it. So now I have my loved one buried in the Irish soil in Longford. And this is where I belong.